Hi, my name's Alex. Snow's leaving. It's about that time of year to get your lawnmower ready. We'll be covering that in today's episode. So when it comes to the fuel and the gas tank on the lawnmowers, in the fall, good practice is to put fuel stabilizer in the tank and top them up just to make sure your gas lasts throughout the winter. Even if you've done this, you have to drain the carburetor bowl underneath. Gas will go bad quicker on that area of the lawnmower. How you will do this on these ones is you just grab a rag or a cloth. You put it right underneath the carburetor, which is this bowl right here. And then on these ones, you just loosen up this little bolt until you see the gas start to drain. Now you take a look at the color of the gas. Right now it's nice and clear. That gas is good. You just tighten that back up. Nothing but good gas in here so that your lawnmower, as soon as you pull it, it'll start right away. All right, so the next section you want to take a look at in your lawnmower is your air filter. On this one is situated right here. It's as simple as just popping it off. This is the filter itself. You take that off and you take a look through all the veins and make sure that it's nice and clean. If it's not, you can take an air compressor, blow it out so that get all the dust and everything out of there, or just take a small toothbrush or a brush and give it a good sweep through and make sure it's nice and clean. When you put them back, make sure you don't put them upside down or reverse. Actually put it with a nice seal over the whole unit. And put your cap back on and make sure that's secured. So what you want to look for on the spark plug is right up here at the contact. You want a nice clean burn. You don't want too much black, which would be too much carbon, or you don't want too much white, which is just running way too lean. So you want a nice clean plug. The other thing you want to look for is you want to put your spark plug in the actual boot, rest it on the machine, and then you give it a pull so that you should actually see a spark in between the gap. All right, the oil change section of this. If you haven't changed your oil in the fall, it's a good thing to do it in the springtime before you use it for the summer. Real simple to do. All you gotta do on these things is where your oil goes in, the oil comes out. And have something to catch the oil after you took the old oil out, is putting new oil in. Now refer to your owner's manual for the right quantity of oil you gotta put back in. This one here takes 0.4 of a liter. So we're going to put 0.4 of a liter back in. The last part you want to take a look at is the actual blades themselves underneath the mower. Before you do this, unplug your spark plug boot from the actual spark plug itself so there's no chance of it accidentally starting up. When you're flipping the lawnmower over, make sure your air filter is upwards so that you don't have oil or gas come back in through and spill all over on the internal part of stuff. A lot of these 4-stroke lawnmowers, that's the way you gotta turn them over. Refer to your manual, yours may be different. So when you do flip it over, what you wanna look for underneath is any rusty spots on the deck itself. Take a look at your blades, make sure there's no big chips or gouges. They're nice and sharp all the way through. Another thing you wanna make sure when you're running the mower is that your blades are balanced. They're not loose, so you don't get extra vibrations out of your unit. If you've gotta replace them, they're not that expensive. It's worth doing. It can save you an injury or worse, a blade snapping and go flying somewhere. So the last thing you want to check, not every lawnmower has all these cables or different self-propelled drives in that. Your rewind, make sure it goes in and comes back out by itself. Your cables, make sure they're nice and tight. There's no loose cables and they're all properly adjusted. Once you actually start your lawnmower for the first time, make sure that your safety release disengages the lawnmower and that all the safety features work on it. Okay, so that pretty much sums it up for the lawnmower care and getting them ready for the springtime and the summertime. As you see, it's not very complicated. There's only a few major points to look at, and once you cover them, you're ready to tackle your lawn for the summer.